Marty, and welcome to the season opener of Glam Room Game Time. So if y'all remember a while back, I was Snapchatting that I was watching the game in my glam room because Apple TV had ESPN. Whole long story, fine. But I came up with the term Glam Room Game Time, and I was thinking about doing something with that title because I really liked it. Cute, I thought it was fun, especially for girls like me who love sports. Let me not say sports. I love football. I have been a diehard Saints fan as long as I can remember. I don't know exactly when it started. I know that the first quarterback I actually knew was Aaron Brooks. So, like, that's how long ago this started with me. So, that I remember. Again, I don't remember not watching a Saints game on a Sunday that wasn't a bye week. So, I figured there were more girls like me who do want to go to games and get excited about the games, but we still remain ourselves. Like, you don't have to pick a lane. You don't have to be girly or a tomboy to watch sports. You can be both. Like, you can go full beat. Look, not that this is the same thing, but I had a full beat for WrestleMania and wore a very expensive handbag and was very, very cute and cursed out the guy behind me because he said something about one of the superstars. So, whatever, we just are who we are, and that's who I am. So I figured I'm not alone in this, that there are other girls who are Saints fans that are getting cute to go to the game, to Buffalo Wild Wings, to someone's party, and you want to do something cute. So each week what I'm going to do here is kind of talk about the game that's at hand. Like this week is week 6. We are playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are not in our division. Their record is 3-2. Our record is 4-1, and so just kind of getting us hyped up for the game together. So before you run out to that party, even if you're not watching the game at all, but you know there's going to be like a crap ton of dudes there and you want to get cute for it, you can do that with me right now. So thank you so much for checking this out. I hope that this continues. Of course, I'm very superstitious, so if we lose this Sunday, I will never record another Glam Room Game Time again. Okay, guys, so my eyes are primed, face is primed, obviously brows already done. So our first thing we're going to use is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette for this look today. So again, these are always going to be around black, around gold, or featuring both. This time we're going to feature both for the first one. Yeah, the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are not in our division, but y'all know, if you're like a really hardcore football watcher, you're probably still going to watch it anyway because you got to know like who's coming up and who's not. So first, I'm going to go in with the shade White Peach, which is right here. And I'm just going to apply that from lashes to brow. That's, so we played Jacksonville this week, and they are not in our division. Actually, funny story. The first Saints game I ever went to, we played Jacksonville, and it was such an experience. Like, we had this mom and son sitting behind us, who they both lived on opposite ends of the country. Like, she lived in Jacksonville and he lived in New Orleans, or I might have it backwards, but every time the teams played each other, one would go to the other stadium just so they could watch it together, which I thought was really cool. I could not stop crying that week. It was insane. I mean, not that week when we walked in. And something else kind of funny that happened. I sat down and I had caught a pretty bad cold. And I sit down, I'm so excited, I'm crying, carrying on, the whole nine. And my nose out of nowhere starts like gushing blood. Like, it was insane how much blood was coming out. So the lady was like, "Oh, bless your heart, sweetie. Why are you crying?" And I was like, "Girl, because this is my first Saints game." So anyway, I will always remember that game for it being the first game I ever went to, and for the fact that my nose started bleeding insanely. So I'm going to go in with Puree, which is this kind of khaki almost color, for a transition shade. So anyway, so that was the first game I'd ever been to. But I had just never made it to a game, which is weird because I spent so much time in New Orleans. But I had never been to a Saints game. So that time I went, I think my dad either got it from as a Christmas present or something. But I mean, it was awesome. It was like 2 days after Christmas, and we won, and it was just a fun time was had by all, especially me. So I am not sure that Drew Brees is going to be back in. I can't remember what they said. I don't think he will. I don't think he should be. I mean, I'm pretty sure he wants to be, but I don't think that he should play if he's not completely healed, because y'all know what happens. People go back early, and then guess what? Their career is over, and I don't want that for him. I don't want that for the Saints. But I will say, Teddy Bridgewater is like doing the damn thing. Like, could you imagine having to try to fit in Drew Brees' shoes? Like, that's but a huge feat for anybody to accomplish when you have a quarterback that strong. So, you know, Teddy Bridgewater and Taysom Hill, I find are really, really holding it down. Like, Taysom, I find they're not letting him play that much, but I think it's because he does like 8,000 jobs on that field. So I guess I get it. Okay, so now I'm going to work on my crease with the SL Miss Glam Angled Eye Brush. And I'm going to go in with the shade. We're going to go with Summer Yum, this like red color in the corner. And then Jacksonville is 2 and 3. Now, here's the issue with that. I know it seems like it should be like a walkthrough for us. But the thing is, I find we always had that problem where like we would always, and when I say we, I mean the Saints. If you've ever been here, if you've ever been to Louisiana, if you've ever been to New Orleans, pretty much everybody there considers the team us because we just been through so much with that team. But anyway, so yeah, and they are 2 and 3 with Jacksonville. So I mean, you know, it seems like it should be not that hard for us, but traditionally I've found we have always had that issue where teams we shouldn't beat, we beat, and then teams we should beat everybody, but anyway. And then teams that we shouldn't be losing to, we lose to. So I just try to approach every game with like a lot of, you know, excitement and confidence, but I don't think we as fans should take it as a walkthrough. And I for damn sure don't think that the Saints should be taking it as a walkthrough because need I remind you of the Minnesota Vikings playoff game a while back? Crushed my dreams. Okay, guys, so I am done with like my crease and transition color and all that. So now I'm going to go with a big Elizabeth Mott blending brush, the one I usually use. I'm just going to blend these together just to make sure we're not having puzzle face. That Summer Yum, that red color, it's like way stronger than I remember it being. So I'm just going to blend that all together. And the look we're going for today is pretty like natural. This is the look I'm actually planning to wear to the game against the Falcons, which I'll be going to this year. And if you're a Saints fan or just a fan like I am, like a hardcore fan, like I said before, because I know as far as I can remember in my life, Sundays were for church, pay-per-views, and football. And that's literally what I remember growing up. We raise our girls a little different here, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so I am done with the like outer part of my lid. My eye. I'm going to go into the lid now, which is like my favorite thing because you really get to play around with lid work. So I'm going to use the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. And I'm just going to put enough on where I can spread it out. And I know I'm not supposed to hold my eye like this, y'all, but I have like no other way to do this besides that. Actually, I'm going to also do my brow highlight now. So when I'm ready to do it, it's like going to be, you know, a little more set up. So, I mean, this year, yeah, this is 6 because we're 4 and 1. So this year's, my dad and I watched the game together every Sunday since I was really, really young. And so we were talking the other day about the fact that it is, and again, I'm just chiseling out the lid so we can work on it. You can really see it. Yeah, so my dad and I have watched the games together since I was a little girl. And that team just has always been such a big part of me that I just wanted to figure out some kind of way to match my love of the game with my love of, it's not fair to be judged for one thing or the other. So like for me, I've always been, the girl that's into wrestling. I went to so many WWE shows. If y'all know me for a while, y'all know that. And I just felt like, hey, we need to do something for us too, ladies. Like we can't just be, quiet. It's good for us to have an opinion on sports, especially if it's that the Saints are the best. Dude, I just got this iPhone 11 Pro Max, and I have never used it to shoot until now, and it is like amazing to shoot with. It's so pretty. It's just really nice. Okay, so going back into the lid with this Bogachet eyeshadow brush, which if y'all have seen the show, if y'all have seen this channel, again, I usually use one for glitter and one for mattes. This one is the one for glitter, and I'm going to go in with, again, this is going to be where our gold comes in, we're going to go in with Nectar, which is this beautiful gold shade. This peach palette, I have to say, until recently was my favorite palette, and that's only because I'm obsessed with the Lorac palettes. But it's also just, this palette just is still in my top 5. It's just got such beautiful pigmented color. So going on the eye, I'm going to go ahead and put Nectar all over, like as much as I can put over. It's not really glittery though, now that I'm looking at it. So this is what I mean by gold. I don't mean like, you know, kind of a hint of gold. I need you to understand when you look at me what team I am cheering for. And if my gold car and Sings plate doesn't give it away. Anyway, Jacksonville, I have to be honest and say I haven't been following up with Jacksonville this year. Only because, I don't know, they just didn't, I mean, you guys know that at the beginning of the season, you're looking out for everybody. Everyone's, I don't want to say the enemy, but everybody's competition, I guess I should say. And I just feel like, you know, we got to take everybody seriously. And I'm kind of actually nervous because we've been on such a high. I'm going to go with Caramelized, which is this like kind of bronzier gold down here. And that's going to be my outer corner. I mean, my outer half, look. Yeah, so anyway, the beginning of the year, you're looking at everyone's stats, you're looking at everybody's rosters and everything, and it's crazy because I say all the time that stats do not matter when game time starts, because the fact that we beat Russell Wilson and the Seahawks with Teddy Bridgewater as the main quarterback, and we also beat Dak Prescott in the Dallas Cowboys without Drew Brees, like I legit thought we could just wrap it up when I heard that. Like that was, I actually had a party over at my house that day and I got there freaking late. I'm not getting into that right now, but I got there freaking late. And I was like, I saw Drew sitting on the sideline. I was like, why is Drew sitting on the sideline? And then somebody told me he got injured, his thumb. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I have faith. I always have, but I was shook that day. I was like, wow, that's it for us, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to use another SL Miss Glam brush, and I'm just going to kind of make sure that that's half puzzle face. Even on game day, girl, even on game day. Okay, yeah. The last thing for the upper look of the eye is going to be our eye contour, which is like, I call it dotting the V. If you've never watched my videos before, dotting the V, and we're going to go in with, I obviously want to go into tinting, which is this dark color because it's black and gold. So I think we're going to do that actually. So tinting. Okay, so I'm going in with this bigger brush just to blend in tinting with the rest of my lid look. That's really pretty. I freaking love this palette. I love this palette. And I started the story earlier and then I think I got off track and forgot to finish it. So my dad and I were talking this weekend about the fact that it is officially 10 years since we won the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl is going to be back in Miami in the same stadium and everything. So would that not be so cool to win our second Super Bowl exactly a decade after in the same arena? And I have to say, like, this team, this Saints team right now is like, it reminds me a lot of our Super Bowl team. So like when we had Reggie Bush and Jeremy Shockey and like all these other people. And I noticed that I'm going to go with Luscious right here for a brow highlight. Oh, I'm going to go with Luscious right here for a brow highlight. And I'm going to also do my tear duct with that same color. So they're like, I don't know, vibe. That's how you can kind of tell they're having a good time out there. It reminds me a lot of that team, of that Super Bowl team. And I'm hoping that we can get back to it. Now, of course, I say that every season. Every season I'm like, this is the season. This is the season. We're going to win. And obviously I was right one time. But I mean, you know, what am I going to do? I am actually going to come back to this palette to do my under eye area and to do my highlights. So I'm going to close the Too Faced Peach palette for now. And we'll get on to the next product. Okay, guys. So I went and did cream contour, cream highlight, foundation, concealer, all of that stuff. Just, you know, just a little chapstick is all. And I've gotten to the point where I need to bake. Well, I've had this little orange beauty sponge for like years. And the other day I was washing it, it completely fell apart. So I had to go and get another one. So this is by Kala. Kala, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I would say Kala. But I ordered one from, where did I get that thing? I think okay, so Kala, I'm familiar with them because I actually have a retractable kabuki brush from Kala that I ordered off of Amazon that I keep in my bag at all times. And then, so this weekend I saw this. And again, like I said, I needed a new baking sponge. I could not use a sponge for anything else but to bake. And that's like, I have got to use a sponge to bake. So I grabbed this pretty new one from Kala at TJ Maxx. It was $4.99. I'm not familiar with like their price point, but it says that the compared price is $8. I'm pretty sure it's more because TJ Maxx has a history of getting those things wrong. So I just wanted to do this with y'all for the first time. So, this sponge is supposed to sit in this little holder, which I like. I wish it was silver because my room is Chanel inspired, so it's black, white, and silver. But it's cool. I can make it work. So I'm assuming it's supposed to sit in the little thing like this, which is so cute to leave out on the desk because, again, if there's one time I use a sponge, it is to bake. I love to use this beauty sponge to bake. So it's my first time using this, but I want to show it to y'all. So let's see. I'm going to spray this new beauty brush sponge with the Mystify Lavender Facial Mist, Lavender Infused Beauty Mist that helps keep you fresh face all day. I also added a couple of drops of peppermint essential oil in there just to make it cooler. Okay, so I want to get my Revolution baking powder. I'm going to leave the descriptions of everything down in the box. So I'm just going to bake a little bit. Okay. So to do your cheekbones, I mean, you could literally see where the contour is. And then we'll do on the other side too. So this is my bake. I'm gonna come right back with eyeliner because it's gonna be black since it's black and gold. So, okay, people. So while I'm baking, which this is usually what I do, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeliner because if you get off track, you see it'll just get stuck on the pot and you just brush it off later. So what I'm going to use is the NYX Jet Black Gel Eyeliner and Smudger. This is like by far my most pigmented and beautiful, just really pretty matte black eyeliner. It's a little bit difficult for some people to use only because it's like you'd have to almost like draw with it and it's super duper creamy. So I'm going to use this Japanesque eyeshadow brush. My pants are completely covered in powder. Did not notice that, but it's all good. And I'm going to dip, and then I'm going to just tape it. It's so much easier with a double on table, but... So that's like literally it, and then we're just gonna connect it and bring it back across. Not that hard. And the only reason we're going this hard with this wing today is because of the fact that I have such a neutral eye look that we can kind of play it up with some of this really gorgeous eyeliner. So this is our wing right here. So I'm gonna fill in a little bit more because I feel like it's still kind of light, and usually this thing is pretty dark. So I'm kind of surprised, but we'll keep building that. It's cool. All right, and for the other eye, we'll do the same thing. Okay. So again, I'm gonna fix the other one later. But I want to do my eyelashes with y'all now because I have something new to try. Not new to try. I had it in a sample. I'll stand right there. Over there. Okay, so my next new product is the Urban Decay Prime for Perversion Subversion Lash Primer and Perversion Mascara Duo. So, okay, here's the thing. I tried this years ago. I think I had it as it was either Ipsy sample or I got one free or something of this white primer. And the primer, y'all, made such a difference. First of all, Urban Decay is really, really good with their mascaras. Like, I don't think I've met one that I didn't like. So I love their stuff, but the primer just, again, made such a difference. So I'm going to grab my little, all these things are so big. Look at this, y'all, look how big these are. That's the primer in the, I mean, dang. This is some big, Urban Decay. Thank you very much. I'm kind of obsessed with this. I did not realize they were going to be this large. And I paid, I forgot how much, but it was, because it was on a Macy's sale, and I am so freaking excited about this now that I've seen them. I didn't check them when I first got to. Now, this is a tutorial, not a first impression Friday, so I'm not going to get that much into it, but I just have to let y'all know this is like beyond. I was not expecting this. Not expecting this Urban Decay. Y'all are like off the chain for this. All right, so I got my handy dandy Chanel mirror, and I'm going to go in with the primer first, which is this white one, and it is white on the eyelashes, so some people think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing because I think I can actually see what it is. And make sure it's covered. So just, and I know some of y'all are here for the first time since this is such a different video than the ones I usually make, but I always use this mirror and I always apply my mascara the same way. Roll at the bottom on the other eye. And the reason I'm always looking for primers and stuff, I hate falsies. Do I wear them? Yes. But they are just such a headache for me to put on. More of a headache for me to keep on, and it's just like, dude. So anything I can do to avoid wearing falsies but getting the same payoff, I do, because again, it's just, there we go. So this is what your lashes should actually look like with a primer. I'm gonna give my primer a minute to settle down, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and brush off my base. Okay guys, I am back to finish up our Glam Room Game Time. Just came up with this segment myself, so so, Glam Room Game Time. Next, we're going to apply our mascara, which if you ever go to a game, I don't know how many people are like me crying in the stands because they're just so excited, but if you're ever in the stands, you know, first of all, the Superdome doesn't let, like, they don't let you come in with anything anymore, which is not a bad thing. It just is a thing. It's the fact that we don't have, you know, there's a lot of stuff that you cannot go in there with. I recently went to WrestleMania there last year, and they had, like, I had my credit card and my ID in my sock because I was not trying to fight with these people about what could and couldn't come in and all kind of stuff, which I get the reason for it. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying that it's just changed a lot. So you want to, the reason I'm bringing this up is because you want to have your beauty situation stay on throughout the whole entire game. Now again, I'm not saying everyone's going there crying like I am. I am hyper emotional, especially when it comes to that team, that arena, and that city, because New Orleans is like my home away from home. I live like maybe an hour and 30 minutes outside of New Orleans, but it's such a near and dear place to my heart, and they went through such hardships that that team really, we just, as a state, and especially that city, we really needed a win after Katrina, and that team just kind of grew with the city. So anyway, okay, Who Dat Nation. So back with the Sweet Peach palette from Too Faced that I used earlier today. And I'm going to go in with Let's Do Summer Yum, which was that transition color I had. I'm going to do that under here. Very good. So you see that nice, I used the pointed Vasanti brush, just dipped in Summer Yum and went across the bottom. Now be careful with your brush. You don't want to stick yourself in the eye and be like a ref that apparently cannot see anything. There we go. So I have one more thing I need to do for my eye look, and then we'll get to, well, actually you guys won't be joining me for highlight and contour and all that. So I think when y'all see me again, I will be applying lipstick and we'll be roughing it up. Okay guys, so my look is almost done. We're just missing lips, so I'm going to do that right now with y'all. So we're going to use the MAC Pro Longwear Lip Pencil in Staunchly Stylish. I'm going to use that as my liner, so just... So see, pretty like neutral, chill mode color. So that's our liner. Now we're going to do our lipstick, which I usually don't like a twist up lipstick, but I found these actually at TJ Maxx, and I bought one of them and I was obsessed with it. This is the Sweet Peach. I think it's called Comfort Matte or something. It doesn't actually say it on the amazing bottle. So it's a regular twista, and it just gives such a comfortable matte, like to wear all day, and I love it. So just gonna apply that. And this color is Peach Beach. So so cute and fun. I like this color. And if y'all have any tips from this video today, let me leave you with this, okay? If you are going, say you're watching the game at Buffalo Wild Wings or somewhere, make sure you have a long-lasting lipstick that can make it through that. Because again, you don't want to be the girl that keeps stopping during in between downs and like stopping to reapply her lipstick. Girl, don't do that. We here for a reason today. So this is another thing too. When you do a lipstick this long, it's called a NYX Wonder Pencil, and I brought in the shade medium. It is like a concealer and a pencil, so it's like a lip liner, except it's a concealer. So this, if there's one place I use it here. I use it to outline my lipstick. It just gives it like a cleaner edge and makes it look a lot prettier. So y'all see the difference already, right? It's not that. Okay guys, so we are completely done with our Glam Room Game Time. This is our finished look. We are ready to take on the Jags. We need to get that 5-1 situation going on. So good luck to the Saints. I will see y'all after the game, Who Dat Nation, and just freaking ready. Let's go. Oh, also a couple things I forgot to mention. I was so excited about the freaking game that I forgot to mention that there will be a corresponding blog posted listing all of the makeup products I used today, not only just the ones I used on camera, but also the ones I used off camera as well. And if you need to get in touch with me or you have questions, comments, you can leave it in the comment section below, or you can hit me up on social media, which is always the last line. Thanks again. Enjoy the game. Who dat?